Blessed weekend to us. One very particular perspective presented in today's first reading actually has something to do with how to respond to so many things coming from wherever we are or all around us, in as much as we are considered as disciples or faithful believers. And one of these interesting quotation coming from St. Paul as a matter of response to those who practically ridicule is the blessing that we give back. Just focusing on this because this is a way of putting into flesh the Beatitudes. Now, why are these called Beatitudes, as we have in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5 and also in the Gospel of St. Luke? These Beatitudes are actually blessings. Blessed are the poor in spirit, blessed are those who are persecuted, etc., etc. But what is being blessed all about? And here St. Paul tries to concretize the blessedness, because ridicules are usually, or if not all the time, are words that are actually thrown at us. And they are the exact opposite of a blessing. It's a criticism. It is something that destroys the fiber of our humanity, the giftedness or of ourselves as gifts of God. And that's the reason why St. Paul says, when you are ridiculed or when we are ridiculed, we bless. Now, blessing here is not a matter of saying directly to the person, because even cursing can be done inside, from deep within. I don't know, you have experienced that. Naagani mo saway ninyo, moingon po dahil mo siyang kasing-kasing, manaway po baya mo si kinsa, di ba? No? But how do we respond to that? Naagani manaway, always take note that it is when somebody looks at us in a very different angle, what he sees or she sees in us actually is the image of God. What did Jesus do when he was hanging on the cross? Many people ridiculed him. Many people actually insulted him. But what was his response to them? He blessed them. He prayed for them. But this is not easy, right? This is what we call a dimension of martyrdom. So, even if we may not be killed or crucified or whatever, beheaded for the sake of the faith, but when we experience all these things and blessing those who ridicule us from our hearts, meaning to say, let it all out in a lighter way by blessing them and blessing God, precisely because we share in the suffering of Christ and in the ridicules and insults that he experienced for our sake. That is one kind of blessedness or beatitude. And this is something that is so difficult to do, by the way. But it remains and continues to be a challenge for each and every one of us. And as a starting point, since we are here as a blessed community, as a community of love, we bless each and every one of us. Because this blessing is actually a shield. Taming nga maoy mo protektar nato to will protect us despite all the many things that are said about or against us. But then somehow, this is one final note, we also have to consider whatever is the ridicule, because it might be something of a suggestion that we may sometimes also use in order to change our lives. Kaya naamangoy uban sad nato nga dili makita kung unsa ta, no? Pero makita man sa uban. Pero it just happens in that particular way nga naadjay musulti, no? Tungod kay naamay nakita diri nato. So kanang blessing gani di ay kung somebody ridicules us would somehow be some kind of a thank you, and I will do what is better from what you have seen or observed from me. And with that, I bless God, I bless you, and thank you for the comment. Amen.